Let's hear from our race winner of tonight's 32nd annual Food City 250 NASCAR Nationwide Series race. And our race winner is Kyle Busch. He drove the number 54 Monster Energy Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. He's joined up here by his crew chief, Adam Stevens. Kyle, I made the announcement here shortly, a few minutes ago, about your perfect driver rating once again here this evening, 150.0.
I still want my loud one.
Nope, you're not getting that one back. You had a little hiccup there. 19 in your career in the Nationwide Series for perfect driver ratings for this season. And this is your the season's not over. 60th victory. 60th victory in the Nationwide Series, which obviously is a record. And your 6th Nationwide Series win here at Bristol. You know, talk about this victory here tonight. Like we said the other night, you kind of get here and you're looked at as somebody that, you know, can sweep these things. And you last did it here, I think, in 2010, but 2/3 of your way there. But just talk about your performance out there tonight in the number 54 car.
Yeah, our performance was good, and you know, I think that stems first off from the shop and Adam Stevens and the guys being able to put together a really good piece and bring together a good race car here. So from there, it's just practice. You know, we worked on the car and being able to try to achieve what I'm looking for out of the car, and I felt like we did a good job of that today. Adam and the guys made some good changes. We had a moment there we had to change brake line and caliper and whatnot because we had an issue, but took some time out and fixed that, and then went back to practice, and it was good. And it showed tonight. You know, certainly, you know, 250 laps around here at Bristol go by in a hurry, but our car being out front certainly makes that a little bit easier for us. And you know, having some racing there with Kyle Larson again, that was fun. Kind of boxing through some lap traffic there, and then just being able to hold Brad Keselowski off behind us. I mean, he's good here. We know that. It seems to be a battle between the 54 and the 22 week in, week out, and it may continue on that way through the rest of the year. But you know, we're working hard at trying to capture those W's, and when we can do it, we certainly cherish them.
Adam, just talk about the performance of this race team, certainly on its game here in the Nationwide Series.
Yeah, you know, it feels like forever since we won, to be honest with you, with the last 2 weeks we've had. You know, I felt like competitive cars on the racetrack the last 2 weeks and just didn't have anything to show for it. But, you know, it happens that way sometimes. So, you know, we had to come down here and right the ship. So it was a no-holds-barred effort by this race team and myself and Kyle and the whole shop to really put our heads together and give Kyle something he can win with. You know, we won in the spring, and that car is retired. So we came with something new and kind of put our heads together on the setup, and I feel like we were pretty good off the truck, and which was good because we had a couple hiccups there in practice that cost us some time, and you know, we didn't have to adjust too far. So you know, the main thing with that is him knowing exactly what he wants. You know, he's not always going to tell you exactly how to get there, but his feedback's strong enough where if you can give him what he wants, you know you'll be fast at Bristol.
Okay, let's go to the questions right now. Mark Garrow's got one.
Mark Garrow, PRN for Kyle and your crew chief. Did anything go wrong tonight? I mean, you guys don't pit and everybody else does, and oh my goodness, and then the yellow comes out right inside your fuel window. It all just seemed to work out tonight. So any close calls, anything negative happened to you guys tonight at all?
Well, we got beat off pit road.
Yeah.
We lost a spot on pit road, but
which actually helped us because it gave me the outside lane for the restart. So God blessed us one there today. So we appreciate that. But I don't know. Other than that, it felt pretty good.
I mean, it was smooth as far as the rest of the race went, but it still wasn't a cakewalk. You know, you get boxed up in lap traffic. Anything can happen. You know, somebody could slip. We could slip. We saw Brad slip plenty of times. You know, you still have to fight for him.
Other questions? Sure, go ahead, Mark.
Just sort of following up on the fact that little loss of a spot actually put you on the outside of Brad. Other way around, if he had gotten around you, just how tough do you think it would have been? Because he's the only guy that just could stay with you at all. How difficult do you think it would have been to try to get back by him?
It would have made for an interesting race, that's for sure. Our car was really good. I felt like through the short run and the long run, but there were some things that I could do to kind of get some gap on Brad, and then when we got to lap traffic, it seemed like he could run me back down. And I'm not sure how or why, but then there was some times where I could get away from him in lap traffic. So it definitely would have been a crapshoot coming down to the end, whether or not I was behind him or what. But I'm just glad that it wasn't, and that we were out front where we were, and we could set sail and concentrate on running our own pace and just trying to get through them lap cars.
Bob has a question.
Parker, Sporting News. What did happen in Cup qualifying, and was there any chance of that happening in the Nationwide car, or are the cars so different and handled so different that no worries?
We were a little too loose, and I overdrove the corners and just messed up. So it was my fault. So I carry the load on that one, and I'm going to have to tomorrow night too. So it's not like we haven't done it before coming from the back. I think I've started 33rd or 36th or something like that and won here before. So certainly a lot different racetrack and groove and how you got to run around here than what it was a few years ago. So we'll just work hard and see if we can't dig ourselves out.
Let's go right here, David.
David Carvell, NASCAR.com. So, Kyle, how realistic is a weekend sweep in your estimation, given your confidence level and how you've been through these things in the past?
I don't know. Well, it's going to be tough tomorrow, that's for sure. There's, you always save the best and hardest one for last. But, I feel like we had a good car today in practice, and there were some times where we showed some speed, but a lot of cars could run the same speed. I mean, we see that all the time. Over here in the Nationwide car, I felt like I had a little bit better car in practice, and it sort of showed in the race. But, starting deep in the field like that, you're going to have to be patient, but you can't be too patient because the leaders will be bearing down on you if you get stuck in traffic and can't go anywhere, But that's what Bristol's all about. So we'll just have to continue to try to cut through traffic tomorrow, and hopefully the bottom works, man. If I get a good handling car around the bottom, then I can make something hay down there. But it's going to be a train around the top for sure.
Go over here, right here.
Hey, Kyle. Roger Holtzclaw, Speedway Media. You alluded to it earlier today, and I think Brad even mentioned it just a few minutes ago about you wish they had left the top groove alone, and so we wouldn't be running around the top. Do you think there is something that can be done to fix that problem, or is it just too far gone to have to be a complete redo?
The only thing they could do to fix it to make all grooves the same is just grind the whole racetrack, but not do the same grind that they did up there, because that's slick, way too slick. And do like I think Nashville did it a few years ago. They did some sort of grind in the racetrack that actually added grip to it and didn't make it so slick. But that's about it. But it's not the drivers that are able to make the calls around here. It's the race fans, and they got what they wanted. I think it's going to be a one-line race. It's not the old Bristol one line around the bottom. It's going to be one line around the top. So we'll see how it pans out.